In this video, I show how to find the grave of mathematician William Kingdon Clifford. Also included is a bit of a wander through Highgate, a place I find truly amazing. It can be difficult to find a specific grave in a cemetery as huge and old as London's Highgate, with its row upon row of stones and crosses. Having opened in the 1830s, it went through a long period of decline in the mid-1900s, a time when nature almost completely reclaimed it. It's now cared for by the Friends of Highgate. It has become a functioning cemetery again and also serves as a nature preserve. But back to my stated purpose of finding Clifford's grave. I was happy to see that Highgate considers him famous enough to mark him on the map. But even with this map in hand, it was a bit of a challenge to find his resting place. This is the path we're going to take. On the map, I'm only showing the east side of the cemetery, but Highgate consists of east and west, and the west side with its entrance chapel will likely catch your eye first. But be sure to enter the east side, the one across the street from the chapel. From the entrance, we walk straight ahead and continue on the large main path. When it splits, stay left. I do want to point out one grave you'll pass on this main path, and that's the grave of author Douglas Adams. If you're a Douglas Adams fan, you might want to bring a writing implement along to leave in his honor. This practice has clearly expanded over the years. And now, continuing on our journey. The second smaller significant path you come to is where you want to turn left. You can see the massive tomb of Karl Marx in the distance from here. I'll zoom in and show it to you. It's so huge it's impossible to miss. If you get as far as his tomb, you've gone too far. Turn around. Back to our proper path and the left turn we need to make. Along this segment, we pass the grave of writer George Eliot. We continue to the end of this path, which is actually the northern border of the cemetery. In front of you, there will be a wall or a fence. Turn right and walk along this northern boundary. About halfway along this segment of the path, we'll walk past the back of Clifford's grave. If you can recognize it, you can take a shortcut here if you want. It's the stone indicated by the arrow in this picture. This was my first time here, so I didn't know this was Clifford's grave until I'd followed the map to the other side where his name appears. Continuing on the path to the far corner, go right, the only way you can go, and look for a small path to the right from here. I found it hard to tell at this point what constituted a path, so I just turned at what seemed a wider opening between the graves. Heading straight, I see a bench ahead, but just skirt around it and keep going. If you're into theater, you might recognize the name Daniel Frank Crawford, yet another landmark stone here. Again, it looks like the path ends. Just step to your right. Do be careful in walking around. This is a very old cemetery and the ground isn't necessarily stable. As you step up and around, another landmark is this exquisitely carved stone on your left. Clifford's grave is just beyond this to the right. Glancing around, I see a pillar to the left, which is another good landmark. When I visited in October 2025, it looked like there was a wooden board covering Clifford's grave, a board that seemed to have been there a while. Again, please be careful. The writing on his stone is hard to see, the stone and the letters being nearly the same color. Clifford is known in mathematics for developing geometric algebra. A branch of his work is named for him, Clifford algebra. He's also the first person to have suggested that gravity might arise from the underlying geometry of space. A look at his dates shows that he was only 33 years old when he died. As I stood here, I wondered what other discoveries he might have made if he'd been granted a longer life. Though according to his rather stoic epitaph, it seems he may have been unfazed by this. The epitaph reads, "I was not, and was conceived. I loved, and did a little work. I am not, and grieve not." His wife Lucy is buried with him. I see by her dates that she outlived him by 50 years, a full half a century of life beyond when he died. Her epitaph seems to speak of her love. "Oh, two such silver currents, when they join, do glorify the banks that bound them in." After taking sufficient time here to pay homage, I did visit the Marx Memorial and many others as well, and I'll end with just a few images of some sites I found intriguing. There are many whimsical stones here. I love the statement on this one. Better a spectacular failure than a benign success. If you do make your way to the west side, you'll enter through the center of the chapels and into a large courtyard, separating the world of the living from the world of the dead. This side features catacombs, more intriguing stones, and the Egyptian Avenue, which is one of my favorite spots. But as we close out this video, let's turn once more to William Kingdon Clifford so we can fare him well, a mathematician gone too soon.